Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is where you are. Hello, how you doing? It's Jim. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today, we're not listening to music, we're talking about my records. And we're talking specifically about one chunk of the records. It's K to L. So every few months, I have a little video where we talk about some of the records that are in the collection. Oh, basically all the collection records that are in the collection, just slowly getting through them all. So as I say, this is time now for part K. We finished off last time with, Julian Cope, I think was the last one. So that was J. We now move on to K. We work through K and L, and then we'll leave M for another video because there's a big section there of Marillion, which will take almost probably a whole video in its own right. Right, so we'll start off. This is Left Overture from Kansas. We listened to this on the channel several months ago. Amazing, absolutely amazing record. Loved it to pieces. And it's the first and only Kansas that I've ever heard. And so of course, there will be more. Absolutely there will. And to prove the point, we move on to the second record in the collection. It's called Two for the Show. Now this is a live double album, 1978, I think. So we'll eventually get round to that one as well. So that's Kansas two for the show. There's loads of other Kansas obviously to listen to, but those are the two that I've got at the minute. Next up, we have a band courtesy of Tony on the channel. Well, not courtesy of him. He recommended this to me and asked me to listen to some Karnataka, which I duly did. This is called Secrets of Angels and is 2015 double album. I listened to, I think, 2 or maybe 3 songs that he'd requested, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. And so on the strength of that, obviously, I have bought the record. I also got a CD, which is up in the collection over that way, which will be for another day. And I bought tickets to see them live. They're playing in Milton Keynes in about a month and a bit's time at the I think beginning of September. So I should be going to see these guys live. It's beautiful music, symphonic-y, prog metal, female fronted, and it's lovely. It's really good. If you haven't heard it, do. Karnataka, Kron. We then move to a group of 3 records. Karnivool. You recognise these? We have Themata. We have Sound Awake. And of course, we have Asymmetry. Now, I've listened to one of these on the channel, and I have listened to quite a few individual songs as well, but we still have 2 records to listen to. A very, very popular band by some degree. A lot of really, really positive comments on their music. So I have, as I say, I've listened to one of these, but I've got 2 more to go, and I'm very excited to do so. So they are up and coming. Karnivool, the prog band from Australia. Oh, my records keep falling over. I'm sort of losing track of where I am. Right, next up, I think this is the, yeah, is there anyone? It's The Kick Inside. Oh, I can get that to sort of fit my hip. Not quite. That's sort of do a whole circle. So this is Kate Bush. Probably needs no introduction. It's a great record, actually. Really good record. Moving, the saxophone song, Strange Phenomena, Kite, The Man with the Child in His Eyes, Wuthering Heights. Side 2, James and the Cold Gun, Feel It, Oh to Be in Love, L'amour, Looks Like Something Like You, Them Heavy People, Room for the Life, and The Kick Inside. Absolutely unique artist, Kate Bush. Phenomenal in so many ways. completely outside the mainstream and very much doing music on her own terms and her own way. You could dismiss it at your peril if you don't explore her catalogue as being sort of just pop music. It isn't. It really isn't. There is so much depth to what she does. But I don't have a lot of her material, and certainly this is the only one on vinyl I've got. I've got Ariel on CD and this on vinyl, but the very, very famous Cloud Busting, was it called Cloud Busting or Running Up That Hill? Whatever that album was, I don't have that one. Hounds of Love, I think it was, maybe? I can't remember. There's some very famous ones from the 80s. I don't have at all, but there we go. So that's my Kate Bush record. We then move to two records which come from the same artist. This is a guy called Kevin Ayers. There's a record called Sweet Deceiver and a second record called Still Life with Guitar. I don't know these records. Remember, I don't know if you maybe do, if you're new to the channel, you don't know. About 18 months ago, I bought a big job lot of records from a radio station that was closing down. And literally, it was about sort of 100 and, I don't know how many albums, loads and loads and loads. And these two were in it. And I have yet to listen to them. So again, that's another thing we're doing slowly over the course of time, is working through those records. So these will crop up at some point. I don't know anything about them, who he is, what music it is, but the records were all fairly progressive, so I imagine they'll have progressive leanings. If you know who Kevin Ayers is, let me know. Right, now we move on to a record we have featured right at the beginning of this year. This is Kron, Space Shanty. This is fab. It's Steve Hillage before he went on to, I think it's before he went to Gong, and certainly before he started doing a lot of his solo stuff. But this is amazing, amazing, amazing. We've got Steve Hillage on guitars, Nick Greenwood bass, Eric Peachy on drums, and Dave Stewart on organ, piano, Sky Celeste marimbas. A very special thanks to Dave Stewart, who fitted in our sessions between heavy commitments with his band, Egg. So that's great, really good, love that record. Now, we are moving towards a section of records with King in the titles. So, first of all, this is the band. I may have said too much. I am in fear of saying the name, for it will bring curses to the channel and will be blighted forever. It is King Crimson, of course. It's music that can never be played on the channel or on YouTube or anywhere else. It is forbidden, but it is important music. And these three records that I have, Red, In the Court of the Crimson King, and Lark's Tongues in Aspic, are absolutely fundamental and important and very, very good records. You just need to listen to them. That's all I can say, if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you have. So, King Crimson gives way to King... There we go. Yeah, a big wodge. Huge wodge here. So, some of these we've had on the channel, some of them have not, but they will all be on the channel. This is, of course, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. What's this one called? Yes, Polygoned Wanna Land. Of course it is. We've listened to this. Looks a bit dull, doesn't it? A lot of these are in the brown paper bags. This is their brand new record, Petrodragonic Apocalypse. We listened to Dragon only a week or two ago on the channel. It was amazing, and obviously the album's now come out. But if you take it out from the sleeve, you then have inside the record itself. This is look at the logo on the back there. Yeah, they're properly gone metal. Oh yes, it's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, their second metal album. This one is very thrashy, and apparently I've not got it. Infest the Rat's Nest, I think, is the other one. So that's their new one. This is called Nonagon Infinity. I think we've had this on the channel. I can't even remember. I've gone through so many of these. These I have. Now, I have two here which are the same record. So this is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Explorations into Microtonal Tuning, LW. It's the same record. I did it accidentally, but actually by the time I'd got the other one home, I said, cool, that's never mind. They are different. They're different versions. So this is just an ordinary black vinyl one, and this one is Curdled Milk. Now, what's the earth's Curdled Milk mean? Well, let me tell you. That's the cover, by the way. It is, of course, the colour of the vinyl itself. Oh, look at that. Curdled milk. Marvellous. So we have microtonal, no, what's it called? Microtonal Tuning, Explorations into Microtonal Tuning Part 3. I have two of those. And we have Explorations into Microtonal Tuning Volume 1. Volume 2, sorry. Which is just ordinary black. But it's, again, there you go, that's the cover. We've got KG. I don't think we've had this one on the channel. I think we've only had the other one. And this one, I have certainly not had on the channel at all. I haven't even opened this. This is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Chunky Shrapnel. It's live. It's a live record which came out, I don't know, sometime after 2019, because that's the date that these are all recorded. But it's live, live in all sorts of places. We've got Luxembourg, Madrid, Manchester, Utrecht, London, Brussels, Milan, Madrid, Barcelona. That could be a great deal of fun. So there we go, that's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. A big chunk of K. King. But, of course, there are more kings to come. Of course there are. Let's put that away. The next kings are Kings X, Gretchen Goes to Nebraska, and Faith, Hope, Love. I've played this one on the channel, we've listened to this, we have not listened to this, but we will. I like Kings X a lot, I really like them. In fact, first time I played their stuff on the channel, I was contacted by their manager. It was like, that's really cool, do you want to have a ticket to go to the show? I couldn't go, how gutting is that? But yeah, no, that's not obviously a reason to do this stuff, but it's lovely when things like that happen. But yeah, it's Kings X, been around a long time. They've got a lot of records out and a lot of fans. But I only have two of them, these two, and I like them very, very much indeed. There's, this Gretchen Goes to Nebraska is amazing. But also, I have listened to, although I've not done this album, I have heard, which one is it? Moon Jam, because I had that as a single song that I did a reaction to many moons ago. So I know that song, but not the album itself. So we will be putting that right at some point. Right, we're still with King. We now move to Finland. Kingston Wall. Kingston Wall. Man alive, this music is incredible. I discovered them 3 years ago, maybe 4. Absolutely incredible music, and I hadn't ever heard of them before, and they're very difficult to get hold of their music, but get hold of it I did. Shine on Me, I think that was the song I listened to. That's Kingston Wall 2, which is this one. There is a Kingston Wall 3 I don't have as yet. They're quite tricky to get hold of, these records, and not exactly cheap. So it takes a little while to sort of save up to get there. But these are great records, and also, look at that, beautiful. And they are, as I say, Finnish band. Were a Finnish band. Sadly, the guitarist, main songwriter, guy behind the band, died after committing suicide. Look at that. Oh, just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Very popular in Finland, and a very well-known band there, but outside of Finland, not so much. And I keep finding that a lot with the channel. I find music from an area that is not known very well beyond that. But if they had different marketing, or if they literally came from somewhere else, they'd be huge. So that's a bit of a tragedy. But there we go, it's Kingston Wall. Fantastic band. All right, so we're still with K. Is it just these two? I think it is. It is, yep. No self-respecting record collection with K's in would be complete without some cheesy old Kiss. Smashes, thrashes and hits. That's like a best of type thing. And we have Crazy Nights. Of course we do. It's fun, isn't it? It's fun. Kiss have been around forever. And how many final farewell tours have they done? I don't know. They're still doing it. They're on another one at the minute. Their last show apparently was last year at Download when I was there. No, they're back at it again this year. There's too many people to say goodbye to, so they just keep on going, keep on saying goodbye. Maybe one day they'll be gone. Who knows? But in the meantime, anyway, it's fun. It's Kiss. It's all theatre. It's all good. Right. This is some stuff that you may be surprised that I have in here. But surprised or not, I do have it. This is KLF. Last Train to Trans Central, so 12-inch single, and also 3 AM Eternal. They're fantastic. Were a fantastic electronic band. I don't really know quite whether they were a bit of a gimmick band, or whether they were serious about it, or what. But they made some amazing music, and they did an incredible album, which I've got it on CD, but I've not got it on vinyl, but chiefly because it is ridiculously expensive, called Chill Out, and it was kind of the precursor to the Orb, then doing the Orb's Adventures Beyond the Ultraworld. And I can't remember which guy it was, but one of them, I think it was Coulty. But they are the two main guys behind this, I think, were very heavily involved, or at least one of them was, certainly behind the scenes of the Orb's first album. And you can hear that, there's some of the sound in there. But these two are really cool. I mean, they're just singles, but they're awesome. Great fun, and it takes me back to that point in the 90s where I was listening to stuff like this. But this is really cool. It's not stereotypical dance music, but it was. I still, as I say, I still don't know whether they were a gimmick band or whether they're serious about it. But their music was so much fun, and it was awesome, really over the top, and they just went for it. And I think they were just trying stuff that to see how far they could push things before they got caught out. You know, a little bit like Zig Zig Sputnik, I guess, in a way, but probably a bit more musical. Then we have some stuff that, what's this? Next one. This is something I listen to. Okay, yes, this is Kron Live. This is from the radio station hall. So I have listened to this. It's really, really interesting stuff. I've not obviously listened to it on the channel, but I have listened to this when I'm in here doing stuff of an evening. You know, I still play music. It's not just all on the channel. And this was very, very interesting. In fact, this is probably something I will get around to playing on the channel. But it's German, and it's the description on the back here. This is until now, the German rock music heard in Britain has been electronics orientated. Kron, however, play rock. Light and airy with an accent of improvisation and an intense exploration of rhythm. So there is jazz in there, but it's not jazz as you know it. It's Kron infected jazz, but it's cool. I mean, it's really, really cool. Good stuff, really good stuff. So if you want it, we'll play it. We move from Kron to... All right, that's the end of R. Okay, we now move on to L. So we have two records here. This is, again, from the record station hall. This is a band called Lake. And again, Lake. So I think it's Lake 1 and just called Lake, and this one's called Paradise Island. I know absolutely nothing about these at all. Okay, so potentially this could be another German band. So I'm saying that because of the names of the people involved in it. Dieter and Andret, Alex Conti, James Hopkins. That's not German, is it? Jeffrey Pesey is not either. Maybe it's a mixture of people from different places, but as I say, I literally know nothing at all about this band. Right, so that then brings us to Lazuli. La Fantastique Inverterdite Bombe. Incredible band. French. I listened to some of their music on the channel. Must be 2 years ago, two or 3 years ago. They thanked me. They sent me some stuff. They sent me a record. How good is that? This is just amazing, amazing music. So there are many, many perks to having a YouTube channel and listening to music and stuff. But actually, when bands get in contact with you and thank you for listening to their music and sharing it to the world and sort of appreciating what you do, it just makes it all that much sort of a bit more, oh, that's nice, isn't it? So yeah, Lazuli, very, very cool music. A little bit off the wall, a little bit mad and completely sung in French. There's no compromising to an international market at all. And why should there be? Why should there be? Good on them. And this is a story of the adventures of Dieter Bomm. It's a little bit like Baron Munchausen type thing. And it's got brass stuff in it. It's got xylophones. It's got rock. It's got guitars. It's got completely made up instruments that one of them plays because he had an accident and couldn't play the guitar anymore. And it's just fab. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So what L would be complete without? Led Zeppelin. I don't have many Led Zeppelin records. You might be surprised to know. I have Coda. I have Led Zeppelin 4. And I have Led Zeppelin, self-titled. So there are a few gaps in the old collection there. I have quite a lot of Led Zeppelin CD, but there is more to come. But you know, Led Zeppelin needs no introduction, needs no talking notes around them at all. Just to say, I've got 3 of their records. So, that being said, what do we go to next? We go to Lee Ritenour. Don't know what this is. It's either came from the radio station, record hall, or it might have been a jazz fusion job lot I got off eBay. I have a feeling it was that one. So I mean, I've listened to lots and lots of those records, but I don't recall listening to having heard this one yet. So that is that's an unknown entity. Lee Ritenour. The album's called Rit. Now, this is quite possibly my favourite ever electronic album, Leftism by Leftfield. It's sublime, absolutely sublime. This follow-up album called Rhythm and Stealth I don't have on vinyl, I've got that on CD. I've got this on CD as well, but this is absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. It's probably, written off is the wrong word, but it's probably dismissed by a lot of rock people because it is very, very hard dance sounding, the stuff going on there, but the stuff to hear on it is incredible, and it is dance music when it's done well is incredibly good. A lot of it is very, very derivative and samey, and they are just trying to sort of riding on the coattails of everybody else. These guys kind of invented what's a genre called progressive house. This is their most latest album, which came out last year. I've only listened to this one, so I wasn't overly impressed with it. So I need to go back to that. That didn't have the immediacy that this did. This is just incredible. It'll blow your socks off really well. I might get to play that on the channel. I don't know if I dare. I'm not quite sure if the channel's ready for Leftfield, but maybe. Blimey O'Reilly. This is Lemon Pipers. I don't know what this is. I think this might be my mum's. And it's come to me, all my uncles, sort of inherited. But it's, I know absolutely nothing about this. Leonard. Lenny Kravitz. Mama Said is the album. I like Lenny Kravitz. I like him a lot. I've seen him live. He supported... Who is he? And I saw Aerosmith. Lenny Kravitz was one of the support acts. I have to tell you about that gig. Aerosmith, an amazing headline band. But who are they going to have support? Well, Lenny Kravitz. That's okay. Not just... James Brown. James Brown supported. I've seen James Brown live. That's amazing. And who else was on their bill? Stereophonics, I think, played, and Echo Belly. I can't remember them, but I think they were also on it. But yeah, puts on a show. Puts on a cool show. Oh, he did. 25, 30 years ago, whenever it was. Yeah, I like a bit of Lenny Kravitz. Why not? Why not indeed? Now, West Side Story. Leonard Bernstein. It's, this is one of my mum's old records, and is not in the best condition. Doesn't play very well, but sometimes you hang on to things for a sentimental reason. This would be one of those. It's probably the greatest musical ever written, isn't it? And it's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Love it, love it, love it. And it's an old record. It's a very old record. As I say, not in very good condition, but I like to keep it. Now we have a couple of records from Leprous. Now Leprous is a band that we have featured on the channel. This is Cole, and this is Pitfalls. Pitfalls is the album that came out. I think this is their last album they've released actually, and it's got some amazing tracks on here. I think this is before I started doing full albums on the channel, so this kind of missed the boat. But it should have been an album listened through on there. But they are absolutely an amazing band. I love Leprous. His voice is absolutely incredible. Such a unique band. Can't say enough good stuff about Leprous at all. Their sound was incredibly heavy initially, but they have become far more focused. They've evolved into a much more maybe like sort of post-rock sort of band, much more along the sort of the Mogwai style sort of sound, but ish, but with vocals, and it's very good indeed. Les Special, Ancient Homies. I got this. I'm not sure where I got this from. I really don't know where I got this from. I don't even remember this record. I can't tell you anything about it. Isn't that strange? It happens, you know, sometimes. Huh. I'll have to listen to this and find out what it is. I can report back and tell you. Perhaps we should listen to it on the channel all together and find out at the same time. And that's that. So I can't tell you what that is, I'm afraid. Now, I don't know why I've got this. That's an old record, level 42. World Machine. Oh goodness gracious, I probably just bought that. I bought that in a charity shop. British Red Cross. Probably 50p or something. Donkeys years ago. There we go, £2. £2. Oh man, why not? Old Mark King's got a very good bass player. There's a 12-inch single, Long Pig. Why do people find each other strange? I don't know, why do I? Again, not something I listen to very often, and it's just, you know, I tend not to get rid of records. If I have something at some stage, I'll keep it. Right, what next? We're slowly getting there. This is a long one today, isn't it? Now, this is a bit of a classic. Forever Changes. Love. I've mentioned them before. I've talked about them, but not played their music on the channel. A very influential and important band. It surprises me how few people know this band and know their music, but it's very, I don't know, same era as the Doors and of, you know, so that sort of late 60s, early 70s stuff. There's not prog, psychedelic pop maybe. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but it's certainly very good, very good indeed. Now this is something I have featured on my mixtape, the 80s, alternative 80s. This is Love and Rockets, the album's Express. And it had Yin and Yang the Flower Pot Man was the song that I had on there, which comes from this album. I love this band. Love this band. Right, where are we up to? There we go. There we have a couple here. Louis Vomfa. So again, this is, you wait to see this cover. Oh my lord, oh my lordy. This comes from the jazz fusion job lot. It's a Latin American. I don't listen to it. I really don't listen to it very much. When I say I don't get rid of records, actually these ones might be ones I get rid of. It's kind of it's all sort of samba-y and stuff. Might be fun to sample to turn it into something else, but that's about the size of it. It's not really my thing. Now then, this is it. We have approached the end of L. We have 2 records left. This is Lunatic Soul, record called Under the Fragmented Sky, and of course Through Shaded Woods, which is the record that I listened to on the channel maybe 18 months ago. So this is a musical project on the side of Riverside by Riverside's main man, Maris Duda, and it's where he explores ideas that don't really fit into Riverside. He wants to do other things, but absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. I cannot recommend this music highly enough to you. It's organic, and it's experimental, and it's just wonderful, just wonderful. Highly recommended if you get a chance to and you want to listen to something a bit different. Lunatic Soul is the way to go. And there we are. So I'm glad we didn't get to M, because it's going to be take far too long. That's taken a long time just to get through K and L. So the next video we do will be M. M is a big old slog actually. I might do Meridian as one bit and the rest of M as another. There's a lot to go. So there we go. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, this is Jim, over